Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be talking about Demon Slayer. Now, Demon Slayer is one of my favorite current animes right now. I've read all of the manga and everything, so, this has been really difficult for me to grasp. I'm sure not even a lot of people know this about Demon Slayer, but there is a humongous flaw in it that kind of just doesn't make sense. I'm TheLastYonko. On this channel, we do quick style anime content so you guys never have to commit to a 20-minute long video ever again. So if you guys are interested in that type of content, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss daily anime content. Getting right into this video, oh boy, Demon Slayer has some issues. Now I can understand why a lot of people do not like this show. However, this show is absolutely stunning. This is the peak of what animation studios can make and produce. And the storyline is great, so you guys should give this a watch. But there will be no spoilers until later in the video, and I will get into and announce when the spoilers are coming so you guys can stick around. The creator of Demon Slayer has openly come out, and this has been openly disproved, I guess. But the actual Slayers do not conjure elements out of their sword. So for example, when Tanjiro is using his water breathing, he does not actually use water. The author stated that it's just a visual effect used to represent each of the breathing styles and how they differ. So the breathing style techniques do not conjure elements. They're not real. They're just swinging their swords at the end of the day. But I'm here to tell you that that is complete bullshit. For one, it fucks with my suspension of disbelief, which for anyone that doesn't know is the kind of mind process that you go through when you're watching a show that you know isn't real, but your brain kind of turns that off so you actually can enjoy it. Just think, if we went through every Marvel movie or every anime saying, oh, that's not real, it can never happen, you would never actually enjoy the film. So you're supposed to tell me that my favorite fight, Rengoku versus Akaza, there is no fire, Rengoku didn't summon that tornado, it just kind of messes with the story a little bit. And even if this is true and I can get along with it, yes, it's just visual effects, but I'm not on board with it. So I'm gonna say, yes, the elements are there, but I know canonically they are not. But there are multiple examples of there being discrepancies with this idea of thinking. For one, you want to tell me that they can't conjure elements, but there are talking crows and talking buff mice that can walk on 2 feet and carry swords and understand commands from humans. So if these are breathing techniques, we can go to an example with Zenitsu over here. When he was fighting the spider demon, when he was going into his sixfold, the spider mentioned that the air was vibrating. So you're telling me Zenitsu's breathing so hard that he's causing the air to vibrate. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. How can one breathe so hard that the air literally starts shaking around him? Another great example is when Tanjiro uses his water wheel or waterfall to break his fall. Now this fall would have killed any other normal human being, but since Tanjiro used his water breathing, he managed to break his fall just by swinging his sword. I don't know about you, but I really didn't take physics yet. Swinging your sword is not gonna break your fall and stop you from falling and dying. And then there's Inosuke's beast breathing, where he can just magically sense things miles away, like he has observation haki. There's just so many discrepancies. There's so many things that don't make sense in the Demon Slayer world. And it would just make more sense if they said, yes, they have magical powers. Another example is Inosuke moving his vital organs. Breathing doesn't allow you to move organs. So with all these different discrepancies, why wouldn't it make sense just to say, hey, yes, they can do magical things to try and combat the demons, but only certain people can? It just doesn't really make sense to me because there's so many discrepancies. I mean, there's talking crows, for crying out loud. So in this part of the video, I'm going to get into a little bit of a manga spoiler. So if you guys don't want to see that, go ahead and skip later in the video, but we're going to be diving into the manga for a little bit here. Another thing that really bothers me is the Demon Slayer marks. You're telling me that they can breathe and make themselves form a mark on their face that allows them to be 10 times faster and 10 times stronger, but they can't conjure elements. They can breathe so hard they can physically change their body. It just doesn't make any sense. And then there's literally breathing techniques that defy these physics. For one example, we have Kokoshibo, who was stated to actually have moon sickles coming off of his breathing style. Now I know there's arguments that that is his blood demon art along with his breathing style, because he was a human demon slayer before he turned into a demon. But there's still that discrepancy there, and it could be really confusing to a viewer. And another thing is Sanemi's tornado, when he's fighting Kokoshibo, It literally summons a tornado and it breaks and causes the air to slash, and people say because he's hitting the air so hard. How is that physically possible? I mean, if these are supposed to be real feats that, they're just breathing hard, you cannot physically hit the air fast enough to cause a tornado with a sword. It's not that aerodynamic. So yes, the creator has said that the breathing styles don't actually exist, they're visual effects, but granted that is a stupid ass decision. I'm going to ignore it. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and like and subscribe or whatever. This has been The Last Yonko. Peace out.